Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to B-Rye's BeamNG Monster Jam Tour. This week, we are at Rice-Eccles Stadium in Salt Lake City, Utah for another great freestyle competition. Our drivers are ready. Are you ready? Let's get down to the action. Coming out first, we will have Steve Sims in Stone Crusher. He's had a solid tour so far with some big moments. One of the biggest moments of the year was when his truck caught fire. And let's see what he can come out here and do today in Utah. Some nice air, a bit of a sky wheelie too. Pops it up into a slap wheelie. Great start to the run so far for Steve Sims. Let's see if he can turn it up a little bit here. Big air and a bit of a cross thread over the middle section of the track. Keeps the truck going over every obstacle. It's hard when you're the first truck out because you don't want to go too big too early, break the truck and end your run quick. But you do want to go out there and throw something real solid down because the judges are a little bit more fickle when compared to other drivers. And look at this! Up on the sidewalls, brings it around for a donut, and saves it. Well, we were looking for a wow moment, and that is a wow moment right there, ladies and gentlemen. Steve Sims has 30 seconds left in his run, and it has been solid so far. More solid air. Hard landing, brings it back down. 20 seconds remaining. He's going for the double stack now. Hits the double with some huge air. Doesn't quite clear it, but keeps the truck going over the camper again. On the sidewalls again, and this time he will not save it. That was an incredible run from Steve Sims and Stone Crusher, and it gives him a very solid score of 25. 25 points as the first truck out is incredible. That should hold him in that lead for a little bit going forward. Now on to our next truck. We have Damon Bradshaw on Monster Energy, and look at this. He's on the gas and some huge air over the double. Look out, wild landing. And into the wall. Oh no, that is going to end the run for Monster Energy. But Damon Bradshaw came out here and went big immediately. It reflects on the scoreboard, only a score of 10 after such a short performance. But the crowd's going to remember that one. That was some huge air. It might be some of the biggest we see all night. Moving right along now, Craig Christensen and Donkey Kong. Another driver who's been consistent all tour long, but hasn't gotten that top 3 finish, top 2, and maybe even number 1 that he's looking for. Let's see if he can change that today. Heading over to the camper now. Takes the top off the camper and keeps it going. Does not have the wild takeoff that Steve Sims and Stone Crusher had, which is nice. You don't want to get in too much trouble this early in your run. It can cause for a save, but can also cause for you to go over and disappoint the crowd. Pretty slow and steady so far for Donkey Kong, just getting a feel for the track. You got to think he'll open it up here soon. Heading over the bus stack. Nice air coming off the bus stack. Going back over for more of the camper. .38 seconds left. Huge air here on the backside of the double. Brings it in. A lot of cross-thread opportunities on this track. A lot of opportunities for your truck to go sideways, go wild. Crazy takeoffs, crazy landings. We should see a lot of it today. And now he's going into some donuts. Some clean Cyclone donuts here from Donkey Kong. And he just might fill out the regulation clock with these. There we go as he comes out of it. Stomping on the gas, sending crush cars flying. Hits the gas with some nice air on the cross thread. Goes to turn, and oh, look out. Oh no, into the wall. Gets a little too much going into that turn. On the gas a little too hard, and it flips him. A score of 20 in regulation, plus 1 bonus point. Not enough to give Donkey Kong the lead, but a solid score nonetheless. Nothing to scoff at, and he should be pretty proud of his performance. Up next, Lee O'Donnell and Iron Man. Lee has had a solid tour so far as well. Some great moments. A lot of these drivers have had big moments every show. Look at this to start off his run. He's on the sidewalls, spins it around, brings it back in for the save. That is how you start a freestyle run, ladies and gentlemen. Now can he keep the momentum up? Nice air on the cross thread. We're seeing a lot of trucks cross thread early in this one. There's not a lot of obstacles on the track, so you got to have creative ways to hit them, do things differently than everybody else, and here's some more solid air. Doubles it up on the backside of the double. Oh, look, oh, he might be going over. He will not be able to save it, and that's going to end the run for Iron Man. He still had 50 seconds left on the clock. You would have liked to see him fill the clock. A score of 20, though. He definitely had a solid run going. I'm confident that if he would have filled the clock, he could have gave Stone Crusher a run for his money for that first place position. But 4 trucks down, 6 remaining. Our 5th will be Bulldozer. Driven by Neil Elliott, Bulldozer has had an interesting tour so far. He's gone real big, but hasn't been able to take home a freestyle victory. Let's see if he can change that today. Getting a huge run up here. Going off the bus stack, up over the backside of the double. Wild landing and brings it down. Well, that's how you start a run with excitement right there if you're Neil Elliott. If you want to come out here and win this thing, that's how you do it. He's going back the other way now. Look at this. Huge air, wild landing. Oh, he's getting sideways. And over goes the truck. Unable to save it. Well, an exciting start to the run for Neil Elliott and Bulldozer. But it was not enough as the truck flips early, a score of 17, as he only filled about 30 seconds of the clock. Not going to be good enough to make a long-lasting impression on today's competition. That'll bring out our next driver, Charlie Pauken in Monster Mutt. Charlie going for the cross thread here to start his run, cross-threading the double. Over on the other side of the racing lane. Oh, has to hit the brakes to avoid the wall. Now throws it in reverse. Huge reverse sky wheelie. Back on the gas now. Look at this. Charlie Pauken just having fun with it to start his run. Gets out of there. Good thing he got out of there pretty quickly. You don't want to get stuck in one spot for a long period of time to start your run. And here's some solid air. Now cross-threading off the double. Look at this. Stands it up into a wheelie. Rides it out. Brings it back down. The momentum isn't there, but he's had some good moments to start this one. Now let's see if he can bring his momentum up. Cross threads again here over the double. Huge sky wheelie. Off the rear end, brings it down. Keeps it going. Oh, and just as I say, oversteers going into the corner. And that is going to end the run for Charlie Pauken in Monster Mutt. A score of 21 will get him into 3rd place, tying him with Donkey Kong. But not good enough to take the lead away from Stone Crusher. We have 4 trucks remaining. Will someone be able to do it? Up first is Pablo Huffaker in Pirate's Curse. And he's going for some big air to start his run. Smooth landing on the other side of the track. And some more air. Pablo has given us some solid air all tour long. It's what he's been known for. He comes out, puts the pedal to the metal, hammer down the whole run, does not let up, and hits everything as hard as he can to give these fans, to give you fans, the best show that he can. Going back now off the double with some big speed, huge air, and he's the first one to fully clear the double today. That should score big for him in the points category. Now for a cross thread over the middle section of the track, off the backside of the double. Oh my goodness. 40 seconds remaining, and it has been a great run so far for Pablo Huffaker. Look at this big air off the racing lane. Heading over to the camper, up and over the camper, and keeps it going. Now for some big air. 20 seconds left in regulation. What can he do here? Another cross thread. Landing in the middle of the double. Look at this wild landing. Oh, look out! Cases it on the rear end of the truck, and that is going to end his run. A very solid run, and it's good enough for first place. A score of 27 for Pirate's Curse. He came out, had the hammer down the whole run. You had to think the judges loved it, and they did. And with 3 trucks remaining, he is our new leader. That'll bring out Jimmy Cretin in Bounty Hunter. Seeing if he has anything to say about that lead. And look at this. On a cross thread off the bus here. And oh, look out! Into a backflip! You have got to be kidding me. Jimmy Cretin keeps it going. Stomps on the gas. Cross-threading now over the double. Into the camper. Look out. He's getting sideways. Oh, up and over on the barricade. Stomps on the gas. Into the barricade again. And that is going to end the run. Very short-lived, but incredibly exciting for Jimmy Cretin and Bounty Hunter. But it ended so early that only a score of 15. Not going to be good enough to make an impression on today's competition. But he definitely made an impression on the fans with that backflip. One of only 2 trucks remaining. Jim Kohler in Avenger. Yet to have a freestyle win under his belt for this tour. And you know coming out today he would like to change that. So let's see if he can. Jimmy Cretin stomps on the gas. Big over the big air ramp. Cross threads over the double. Huge air. Wild landing, brings it down, keeps it going. Great start to the run if you're Jim Kohler. Kohler now cross-threading over the backside of the double. Oh, big air. Gets sideways into the camper. Oh, look out. Stomps on the gas. Back on all 4 tires. Able to save it. Keeps the run going. Now up over the double here. Oh, stuffs it. Gets up again, wild landing again, on the gas, yet again. No way. What a save from Jim Kohler and Avenger. Stomps on the gas again, up over the bus stack now, off the backside of the double, flips it over. Another wild landing and another save. That is the one thing we have not seen all night, and that's trucks getting concurrent saves in their freestyles like that. We've seen a lot of big air, a couple saves here and there, but Jim Kohler is getting us the complete package in this run. And so far it has been incredible. Stuffs it into the camper now. Oh, and look out. It looks like part of the camper has gotten wrapped up in the truck. He's trying to free himself, but it might be in vain here as the clock is ticking down. And yeah, it looks like Avenger is going to have to call it after an incredible run and a score of 29. They give him 1 bonus point for the excitement of playing around with the mobile home over there. But it is good enough to give him the lead without the bonus point. Either way. And now we have 1 truck remaining. Dennis Anderson in Gravedigger. Just saw Jim Kohler and Avenger come down and put out a huge performance, but he did not get into bonus time. Nobody has really gotten into bonus time today. He got 1 point of it because he entered bonus time. Look at this big air to start the run for Digger. Jim Kohler, oh, nice wall tap there. Hopefully the truck's all right and keeps going. But Jim Kohler got that 1 bonus point because he entered bonus time. And look at this, Gravedigger getting caught up now on the camper too. So you have to think if Dennis can have a solid run here, get into bonus time, he can secure himself a victory. And now he's cross-threading over the double with some big air. Uh-oh, gets in trouble and saves it. Keeps it going. What a move by Dennis Anderson. Ooh, walks it out on the sidewalls there for a second. Now going for a cross-thread, up and over. Wild landing. Oh, and loses the left front. Brings it back down for a save, but now the left front is gone, and that is going to make this run a lot more difficult for Dennis. Oh, and look out, just as I say it. Over he goes, hard hit into the wall. That's going to end it for Gravedigger. You have to think it won't be enough, and it will not. Only a score of 25. That means our winner is Jim Kohler and Avenger. He takes home the freestyle trophy here in Salt Lake City. And going into next week, let's see who can keep up this momentum from a great show today. Catch us next time, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for watching.